It'll be 735 days since we've had a go here, but there's only one place you and I will want to be on the 27th of January. Physically and spiritually, tens of thousands of punters will be right here, eyes glued to every race, to every bet, to every $1 million moment. A return to headquarters, to Ellerslie, the biggie. Call it what you will, this is the start of a new chapter, new track, new energy, new memories. But one thing won't change. We'll witness history as three horses write themselves into the $1 million record books. And together, we'll create history. New Zealand's biggest ever punters club on New Zealand's biggest evening of racing. Right now, New Zealand racing has the momentum of Probabile. So if the neighbours here thought that racing was finished, they're in for a rude awakening. On the 27th of January, whether you're watching from Scott Base, Fort Lincoln, home, or here with us, we hope that you're on the bubbles, because this is a celebration. The return to the Big E we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Karaka Millions. This is their Karaka Millions. This is your 2024 Karaka Millions. Enjoy the racing.
Let's bring it on. Racing in the Karaka Million. Tangerine Army out after it. Melody Bell. McDonald getting to work on long lead game. Set and match. Shut the gate. Wide draws did not matter. They're going to do it again. Cool as a meal for the Arcals. They'll be on the bubble all night long. Agon just in front. Dynastic. Six of the best. It is prowess. They do it again. Tokyo Tycoon has won the Karaka Million. Second Ethereal Star. We've got...
I'll tell you what, the heart is beating very fast after that. Kia ora and good evening, everybody. You're here with Boys Get Paid on a Thursday night, coming at you live from the Export Beer Garden studio, and it is Karaka Millions week. That is a hell of a job from Benny and Luke, obviously, on screen. We've got the jockeys, we've got the horses, got the track, the weather, and 150 of the BGP community getting fired up for Saturday. Luke, that was awesome, mate.
150 of us or 150,000?
Wow.
850 of us going along. 15,000 of the Punters Club, hopefully. I think we're sitting at about 7,000 so far. But you're right, mate. I am very excited. It's almost surreal that the week is here.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I honestly am so, my heart is beating so fast after that. You guys have done some great work. It's a pleasure to have everybody here with us tonight. It's great to have the two lads next to me who have made such a big thing out of the Karaka Millions. They're very important people on the night. Luke almost has become the face of it from all his videos. And the GOAT, mate, absolute pleasure to have you here, working in the background, putting on all these big punts, mate. How are you?
Good, Matt. Yeah, good to be here. I don't know about putting on the big punts. We just give Luke the bullets and he fires the ammo.
Should have put them on Northern Arrow. Oh, it's one again. Sorry, I had to get it in there.
Mate, it's good to have you here, Goat. We've got Dan over here in the corner and Chrissy Bambury as well. It's great to have you here, Chrissy. Great to see you.
This podcast is sponsored by Chrissy Bambury Racing. If you want to buy hooves, 2024. Well, the stakes are increasing. Get in touch. ChrissyBambury.co.nz.
Absolutely. Good work, Luke. Thanks very much. Good to have everybody with us. Like we said, please get commenting. Let us know who's going to win the Karaka Millions this year. We're going to run through a bit of an update on the Karaka Millions. We've got Goat, obviously, here to chat through some of the bets that have already been made, and Luke and Goat will chat a little bit about what the thinking is for Saturday. Not who is going to be bet on, but what the thinking is in terms of what types of bets might be laid and things like that. We're going to talk a little bit about Champions Day. We're going to have a quick chat about the Graveyard Trentham. I think Dan will jump in at that point. Punters Graveyard on Saturday, and then we'll preview some of the Karaka Millions races, and then we'll get to the best bets. But firstly, Karaka Millions this Saturday. Hopefully everybody is excited about it. If you haven't got into the Punters Club, make sure you do. Luke, where are we at? I think I heard something about 600k plus today.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're at 700,000 because we will be soon. So basically 700,000. I think that means that we're nearly halfway there because I think we'll end up between 1.5, 1.7, somewhere around there. What do you reckon, Goat?
Yeah, I went for 1.5, but you're the optimist amongst us, so you went 1.7, so
yeah,
be somewhere between those two numbers, I'd predict.
Ted reckons about 1.3, so we've got a 1.3 to 1.7 spread. If you think you know what it's going to end up, then let us know in the comments. We'd love to know, but I'm thinking 1.7. There's still plenty of hype to come. It's only bloody Thursday.
Absolutely. It really ramps up on Saturday normally, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when Ted tips 3 winners from 3 at Trentham, which is pretty easy to do on that track, you know. Everyone will just be piling into the Punters Club come 4:19 p.m. on Saturday.
Dan's still drowning his sorrows from Trentham over there in the corner. But, yeah, Ted might be in the comments tonight, Ted, so make sure you get in the comments as well. We want to know who you think's going to win the Karaka Millions. Last night was the barrier draw at Sky City. Some people were watching it on TV, and what a spectacle it was on the Sky Tower, putting up the barriers. If you didn't see it, see if you can catch some video somewhere, because it was absolutely awesome. Well done to TAB Intone. It was just an unbelievable occasion. Luke?
Yeah, very lucky to be invited along and to witness it. I thought it was way better than what I anticipated it to be like, and the numbers and the barriers and the imagery came up so clear on the Sky Tower, and I saw a shooting star as I went out there as well. So I don't know what that means, but we'll figure that out, find a way to back that on Saturday. But yeah, and they put a lot of effort into that, and I think everyone was pleasantly surprised, and I'm sure some people around the city would have been wondering what was going on the Sky Tower, which is good, build some intrigue, and hopefully they'll see some more coverage over the next few days, and then maybe we'll get them along to a race meet in 2025.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. It'd be cool to be with somebody on, say, Mount Eden that was looking out over Auckland City going, what the heck's going on there? It was a great idea. And speaking of barrier draws, Barrier 4, cool and fast. Goat, were you happy to see that?
Yeah, no, it was a good draw. I think its first race day, it went back from a wide draw at Pookie, but its trials prior to that, it jumped and run. So it wasn't majorly worried about the barrier draw for it, because it seems pretty versatile, but always better to be in than out, I guess. And Barrier 4, Opie has some options and drew inside the other two favourites, so that has to be good. So we'll see what happens come Saturday night.
Absolutely. All of the good horses drew a good barrier, didn't they, last night, in general, in that 2-year-old race, Luke?
Yeah, I don't think there were... I mean, there's a couple of hard luck stories for some of them. I don't know if the Aussies would be too stoked about their draw.
They got a couple of Aussie draws. Hollymans drew 11 as well, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
About time.
Payback for what they do to us when we go over there.
Yeah.
Legato in the big race, the Golden Eagle, it's very bad, so you've got to pay them back somehow.
Definitely.
None of the draws were rigged, which is good to see. So
I'm pretty sure Stephen Hunt and Thad might have had a bit of an idea of what was going on beforehand. Eh?
yeah, Stephen Hunt had his laptop at one stage. I was like, what's he doing on there? What's he doing? Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be listening in to hear what you guys have got to say. And Farrelly, not sure if everybody out there is aware of it. I think we have announced it. But if Farrelly on Saturday wins, it's the biggest win on a TAB bet in the history. I think we've talked about it a couple of times. We're still confident about that bet. It's a bloody good bet.
Yeah, I'm probably more confident about Farraglione than Cool and Fast, to be fair. The horse is just flying. The trial was good last Tuesday. And I know track work since has been first class, so she's well weighted with the set weights and penalties conditions of the race. Group 1 placed, Group 2 placed, right-handed, 2 starts back. Why not have a crack at 14s, 6s now? Might drift a bit, but I think you got to be in to win. You can't pull your socks up if you're not wearing any.
What's the feeling like at the 200 if Farrelly's a length clear? Do we dare to dream? What's that look like?
It depends who's chasing her, I guess. But no,
Us.
Put it this way. The roar from Rapid Falls in 2022 might be overtaken by 850 people screaming for a $1.4 million result. We might double dip yet too. We might have a bit more on it. 6s, you never know.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, you're the boss, mate. Let us know. I got 350 in the account right now. If you want to go now, if anyone wants to bet, let us know. Put it in the comments.
so it's 100 grand at $14 to win 1.4 million. I'm sure people out there would be interested to know how that actually came about, because it's the first time we've put a futures bet on from so far out before. What was the thinking?
The thinking, when you've only got 6 races to play with, and usually we get our money in from Wednesday onwards, so the odds come out. We don't know what our final pull is. We've been caught in the past backing horses early when in hindsight we should have had more on them, but we didn't know what the final pull was. So I think Rapid Falls we had 50 grand on in a pool of 600,000 from memory. Probably in hindsight we should have had 100. So it's also hard to find a bit of value too. And I don't think the TAB really had many futures markets in the past. So those 3 things, if you can spot a bit of value, and as we've talked about a lot in the last few weeks, or Luke has especially, the 2 S words, sizzle and sausage, and get the Punters Club up and rolling at a bit of momentum. An early bet was an option, but we just got a bit lucky, I guess, with Cool and Fast. We've got one that came in, 21's came into fives after it won at Pukekohe, got a bit of momentum going. So that momentum might have stalled fractionally in the last 7 days based on the drift, but you never know, do you? Opie Bosson's stuck with the ship. So it was a combination of, I guess, getting a bit of promotion out there, but not just wasting 50 grand on anything. Hey, it could have really backfired on us. It could have scratched, and people go, well, I'm not putting money in there. They're already 50 grand down. So like most things in life, you got to take a punt from time to time, and that was that one. Farraglione was just with the way the market was. I don't know if the TAB did their homework too well as to who wasn't running. So you had Maven Bell, you had Babylon Berlin, you had It's Business Time. Definitely not going there. You didn't have to be Einstein to work that out. So those three out, the ones above La Creek, we're going to shorten a bit. And looks like we got a bit of overs there. But as they say, you can't eat overs. They still have to win.
It's like the people that go on about how their house price has gone up and they haven't even sold it.
Correct.
Bloody hell.
That's basically it. So, but it's created a talking point, and that's hopefully generated more interest. And maybe with the final tally ending up at 1.7, that's up over 50% on last year, which is more than most Auckland house prices go up in a year.
Correct.
The interest in it is something that we've talked about over the last few weeks, which is 100% right. Like, making a bet before Christmas gets people thinking about it at least. And I'm sure the TAB and New Zealand Racing and Auckland Racing would have been stoked to have that added element promoting the event really, really early on. And you can see by the numbers in the Punters Club early on. So well done on having the balls to make that bet, lads. It's bloody good work. And the sizzle, that's the sizzle. What about the sausage? The sausage this week?
Yeah, geez, we've been down to the Mad Butcher, having a look through, seeing what's in the freezer.
$3.99 a kilo.
Yeah, you're all, mate. Seeing what we can dig out of the freezer and cook up for the bloody punters out there. So I'm sure we'll do that. We've been in the DMs today, myself, Goat, and Ted, trying to figure out how do we play it. We've got the blessed bet up our sleeve as well, having a look at some of those power plays. Of course, we've got the limits around what we can and can't bet on as such as well, which I don't want to make it sound like that's stopping us from having a bet, but we've got to be strategic about how we play some of those bets and, how we try and build into some of those races later on in the day. Pretty tricky when you're starting off with a horse going around paying $1.30.
Yeah, the part of the strategy with those early bets too, where they were the early races, it's a bit tricky knowing the 3-year-old or the 4-year-old was always going to be the last race. If you have a futures bet on that, you're not going to have enough on if you're going good. So the race order came into play as well. But no, we've got a few strategies up our sleeve. Yeah, the TAB have been very good in the way they conduct the Punters Club and collecting the money, but I would say they're a bit stingy on how much we're allowed to win, given the number of people that will be getting the spoils. So if you're listening, Nick, you could always up those limits a little bit.
The Goat's never happy. The limits aren't hard and fast, mate. Don't worry. They'll be cool and fast, though. When we get a couple of them, and then we'll have to have a bit of negotiation. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to try and navigate those six. As I said to you guys before we jumped on, the thing I don't like about this race day is that it's so easy on Sunday. It's so easy to look back and go, fuck, those 6 winners were so easy. And I think this year, by the looks of it so far, myself, Goat, and Ted aren't all like, that's the horse. Like, yes, we will be absolutely smacking that up. There's nothing that stands out.
Not a he's a doozy like in the Copelands. No.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of coalition governments and coalition punters clubs, isn't it, Matt? You good Labour voter, you.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Hey, you got to work with the people,
Do you? So no, we'll come up with a strategy and we always work it out in the end. And hey, you don't always get it right, and it's tricky because the other thing people do forget is we can't bet with 30 seconds to go. Part of the reason why people go in punters clubs, they want the horses to follow throughout the day and give them 15 minutes beforehand. They can get their own bet on as well if they want to, and they know who they're cheering for. If we wait till the very last seconds, if we're waiting for a drift on a price, we can't get the comms out to everyone in time. So there's a few limitations there. We're not making excuses, but it isn't as easy as if you're punting $170 of your own money.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we were going to do it that way, we would literally say, right, put your money in. You're in for race 1. As long as you're in, you're in. We'll let you know after race 6 how we went.
Yeah.
And I don't think you would find 20,000 people would kick their money in.
No.
They would go,
And-
okie dokie, that's a bit weird.
That's where people, they're in it for as much the sizzle as the sausage. They'll be happy if they get their money back, most people. If we make a small profit, great. If we make a big profit, absolutely great. But it's the entertainment factor and to say you're part of history, because I tell you now, Luke doesn't want to say it, but we will break that $400,000 record easily as the biggest ever bet placed with the New Zealand TAB, single bet. So that will get destroyed. So you can be part of history by being part of this Punters Club.
Like it sounds like Farrelione's already won. What do you know that I don't? Okay, let's go.
I also thought you were going to say we'll break the stand, because that's a distinct possibility there.
Well, a bit worried when you're driving in, you see the scaffolding on the back of it. Is it safe?
They're reinforcing it, mate. I told P-Dub as well, if we win $5 million, I'm sleeping on the track. I'm testing the grass out for sure.
He's sleeping there with you, isn't he?
Yeah, he said, yeah, do what you want, mate. Yeah, look at the 600.
Oh, it's outstanding. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We will get to some comments before the GOAT shifts out for Dan. But I just had one more question. We were talking at the pub beforehand about the strategies and everything like that, and you have talked about it a little bit. We'll go through the fields at some point. Bloody hard to pick winners this Saturday, but you lads reckon that you might be able to find some, and there'll definitely be some win bets on.
Yeah, I think so. There will be.
Good.
I don't want to
You
give
can't
too
talk
much
about
away.
it too much, can you? Yeah.
There'll be a mixture. There'll be some power plays. There'll be some exotics. There'll be some win bets. There might be some top 4 bets.
A few head-to-heads.
I don't think we're allowed those, unfortunately.
Head-to-heads.
Head-to-heads. There are some good head-to-heads
Yes,
there, but we're not allowed them.
Why is that?
Perception issue, I guess. Given
Right.
you only
Right,
need one jockey to be on those rorts.
Right.
Not that any jockey would do that.
Horse
It's the
racing's-
biggest day of the year. No one's going to not try on Karaka Million night, and that's what makes it such a good punting night, because you know, for 95% of those horses, it's their grand final, so they're trying their hearts out. But yeah, just a perception issue the TAB have with head-to-heads.
That's why it makes it so hard for the average punter like me to pick a winner out of these fields, because they're all there to win and they're all bloody good horses. Have we got any comments coming through, lads?
Yeah, there's a few here, because obviously asking who is going to win. There's a lot of people on that are all for Lupo. As we go down here, there's a bit of a thumbs up to Luke there, just saying that a lot of people have noticed that you're a busy man and they're thankful that you are doing the homework for the team, so they don't have to. So that's a
newsletter now.
That's a big thanks from Andy.
We only thank people after the event. People always thank you beforehand for a tip. I always say, only thank us if it wins. Only thank us if we win money, Andy.
Yeah, you make sure you heard that, Andy. We've got Cool and Fast winning $1 million, so Joel's all for that. He's on the team. And as we get down a bit further here, there's a lot of people just all for you, the GOAT. There's just like there's a lot of people that are just happy to see it, which is always good. Lots of people are happy for J-Mac. Sorry.
I was going to say, a lot of them are commenting he's got a face for radio, that bloke.
Luckily, you can listen to the podcast without the video, mate. So
Thanks, man.
No,
you Labour voter, you.
Greens, mate. Green screen.
As we've got a really good comment down the bottom here. One of the bigger ones is we've got someone here saying that everyone that got paid out early on the Legato bet there as well should be putting all that money in the Punters Club, because why not? You basically got given it for free, right? So stick it back in there, see how it goes.
I love that methodology. That's outstanding.
That's a great point. And speaking about Legato, at the barrier draw last night, Luke pushed Thad Taylor for the $3 multi on Crocetti and Legato, but no dice.
Yeah, I felt a bit bad in reflection. I took the mic off him, I was like, fucking give that air. And then he's like interviewing me. I'm like, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, righto. So listen here, we want $3 around Legato and Crocetti, and we'll have the biggest bet in TAB history. And he's just like, yeah, no, it's not happening. I'm like, oh, okay, this didn't go the way I thought it would go. Yeah, cool. Oh, everyone keep chatting out the back. That's all good. No, I'll wrap this shit up. I'll head home.
Shades of Melody Bell.
Yeah, that's right. How much? Right, $5,000.
Can't have $5,000 on it. So
yeah.
fat. We've got long memories.
Dad's actually in the room on Karaka Millions evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be in there all night. So if you see him, give him plenty of shit. Only if we're winning. Just be mindful he might have the last laugh if we're too cocky.
We've got a few special visitors coming to the room, I believe.
Yeah. Is there one that we're specifically allowed to announce? The great man?
No.
Keeping that quiet?
Which great man? You didn't vote for him?
No. It was nothing to do with voting, Goat.
No, that great man's not
cancelled.
coming.
I would have voted.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in the run sheet.
Oh, Sorry, I missed that. All right, okay.
Yeah, we did. We'll let the cat out of the bag. We were aiming to get the one and only Tony Lee coming up to call a couple of races.
Yeah, Scammers, when they're getting his Didn't They Love It, Robbie Hannum. We're going to get him to do all sorts on the stream and do funnels. We had funnels lined up.
Funnels. Oh, wow. Yeah, he'd know a bit about that, wouldn't he?
Yep. Yeah.
Doesn't mind. He gets thirsty from time to time, it'd be fair to say.
Give him a little vodka cruiser. That's where we drink in Auckland, isn't it?
Yeah, bloody oath. Why not? Why not?
All right, speaking of the room, finally, speaking of the room on Saturday night, is there any more admin that we need to let the people in on? Because there's 850 people coming on Saturday night, and they're bloody looking forward to it.
Yeah, I sent an email out last weekend when I was running a bit of admin, didn't get a single reply. So either people didn't get the email or it was very clear what needed to be done. So to those people that have booked a space at Sweatshop, we'll see you from 12:30 onwards, between 12:30 and 3. First bus will leave around 2:45 and then about 3 o'clock and then 10 past 3. That should get everyone to the track in heaps of time to then get into the masses of the lines to get into the best evening of racing that you will see in 2024. Then head for the BGP room. There will be 4 drinks for you, a meal, and a 5th one if Velocious can get the job done, courtesy of Marsh Racing. The GOAT will be emceeing. We've got some giveaways for people as well, ranging from bet vouchers to bottles of gin, if I can smuggle those in, to even some Kiwis league gear, I believe. So look, it's on. It's definitely on Saturday.
It's not just about the racing, is it? How good is that? Thanks to all the sponsors. Looking forward to Saturday night. Absolutely. Goat, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us, mate. Any last words for the punters out there?
No, just enjoy it. I mean, we'll try our best. We might win, we might lose, but I think the entertainment factor will be there. So enjoy your Karaka Millions Saturday night. It'll be a heap of fun. And if you're coming into the room, go up and introduce yourself to some stranger. The community is strong. The camaraderie amongst the people that attend is what makes the room so special. And also have your singing voices on, because we are going to break into a bit of Slice of Heaven, Dave Dobbin, just before race 6.
Yeah.
Yes. Luke?
Yeah, that'll be good. What about us? Surely we can get the room onto a tune for maybe race 4 or something as well.
There's only one.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, yeah, look, even if then we
I
get
think the yelling and the screaming will be enough. But
yeah,
the BGP chant will start up.
Yeah, I was hoping to get 50 cents straight to the bank. I'm going straight to the bank with this. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go.
We aim high. For some reason, these people don't want to come and DJ. I don't know why. Maybe next year. Anyway, good work, Goat. Thank you very much, mate. And good luck on Saturday. That's awesome. We're really looking forward to it. Let's bring Dan in. Hopefully, Ted, if you're in the comments, mate, feel free to get some thoughts in. You are the third part of the trio that have made the Karaka Million Punters Club what it is. So, let us know how you're feeling about it all in the comments. Keep your comments in, everybody. We want to know who you think is going to win the Karaka Millions on Saturday. That could be any race. And if you've got another best bet, dish them out. We'll go through those shortly after we've gone through some of those previews. Dan, welcome in, mate. What about that video?
Oh, mate. So just all these different hype videos that we're seeing, it's getting me fired up. I was saying last night when we're at the barrier draw, or even that TAB video that I got goosebumps. I was ready to kick down walls and just go into Ellison. I'm going to stay there for the next 3 days.
Yeah, it's awesome, eh? You're obviously fired up for Saturday.
I can't wait.
You've got some bets for everybody?
I've got some things I've got to say. I don't know if they're going to be winners.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. Before we do, I know we've already taken up 20 minutes, but we've got all night. Everybody's listening, and it's going to be a great show because we are still going to go through some of the Karaka Millions races. Let's just talk about quickly the announcement on Monday. And Luke, I think that you can take this away. It's a fantastic announcement. You happen to be there in a polo shirt. And sneakers.
Yeah, look, I didn't really get the memo about how dressed up we're supposed to be, especially with the Right Honourable Winston Peters being there. He was staring at me, It's like, Winston? And he was either looking straight through me or thinking, what a piece of shit he is. I don't know. I couldn't tell. But anyway, I still got the skinny on what was going on. And basically, there's a $4.5 million slot race that will be launched in 2025. Now, you have to buy a slot over 3 years, but then once you own that, you could syndicate it out. For instance, you could do all sorts. So there was obviously a lot of messages very quickly about, would BGP take a slot? Okay, so a couple of questions to start with. Where are we going to get $450K from? That was the first one that came to my mind, but it's probably the accountant in me. But secondly as well, I've seen punters work through the math of these things before and go, well, actually, I'd rather just put my $100 on this horse to win the race, and then I'm going to get $300 profit rather than take $100 of a syndicated out $150,000 a year slot. So I start thinking about all those sorts of things. It would be great if we could be involved in some way. We'll still work through that, so it's not a no, but I just don't want people to get their hopes up and think that we're just going to flick the switch, find 450 grand and grab a slot into the Kiwi. But some changes to the racing calendar as well, so where some of the races will be and what nights they will sit on, and just more positivity, I guess, for racing that, Entain are here and they are supporting what's happening. They're basically combined with NZTR saying, look, this is the direction that we're heading in, get on board and, just make the best of it with this opportunity that we have. And it seemed like everyone's been really, really excited about it. So cannot wait to see how it all unfolds over the coming 18 months.
How good's the railway moving to KM night as well? That adds, I guess you guys call it a bit of sizzle to the night, having a Group 1.
It does.
It goes up to 600k as well, which is pretty cool. And then that Champions Day.
Champions Day.
Far out.
Yeah, Champions Day. That's going to be epic. So that's basically the Derby and the Auckland Cup. I'll tell you what, if anyone I know gets married on that day in March, I'll be fuming. Far out. Because someone always dusts a Derby or a Cup with a wedding, and they're like, oh, yeah, we've picked this date. It's such a great day. And you're like, oh, it's going to be amazing missing the Derby. Anyway, is what it is. People that are outside of racing probably don't think about those things. But
Sometimes timings can't be controlled, Luke.
that's sorry, mate. Sorry to bring that up. Yeah. Just like the performance of horses as well.
That's exactly right, mate. There is a lot of positive news going on. What does that mean for your calendar?
Well, yeah, I was like, far out. Are people going to expect us to run 2 punters clubs? Like, do the Karaka Million Punters Club over the whole week. And then punt in the middle of the week too. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure out what those days are going to look like and go from there. So there'll be a bit of rethinking at the BGP end as well. So it'll impact everyone.
Absolutely. Congratulations to everybody that's been involved in that work and that decision-making. It is awesome. Everybody's got more and more to look forward to in 2025, which is really cool. This year feels like it couldn't get any bigger or better, but the news continues to come out. So, yeah, already looking forward to next season, although we've got a lot to get past. One thing we got past on the weekend pretty roughly was Trentham punting. Dan? You've been preparing this.
Trentham really winds me up. I just cannot believe on a Group 1 day that they're running down the outside rail. Like, I understand the weather and whatever, and they have to prepare the track so they don't get cancellations, but that just seems fucking ludicrous. I don't
Tell
know.
me how you feel, mate. Tell me how you feel.
So maybe just fucking do better.
Simple as that.
That's all the negativity for the night. I've had it. Yep.
Yeah, that's
I've let it out.
He's had a tough day on the punt. I know it was a bloody difficult day of betting. Luke, did you find anything on Saturday?
I actually did, mate. I found a winner.
Good.
Yeah. The goat's looking at me like, what? I actually had 50 on the early crow on a horse called Enchanted L.
What?
Yeah, $12. Fucking beautiful.
Oh, that makes up for JBG.
Oh, really? No, I said I only had 50 on at 12. Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So that was my only fluke of the day. I took 2 in that race and managed to get that. But I was pretty heavy on El Vencedor, but needed Habana. So both of them top 4, Quinellas and stuff, and I was halfway there and just got beat up. So, yeah, it is what it is. We turn the page and get stuck into the Big E.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of good performances though there. Puncher, I think we were happy to leave it out last week, and unfortunately it absolutely cleaned them up in the Thorndon Mile, which was outstanding. And in the Wellington Cup, should just mention Canny Rock was massive, flying home, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a huge run.
Yeah, it was great. He looked like he got a little bit unbalanced around the corner, and then then really found his feet in the last sort of 200, and really flew that last little bit.
Yeah, that was good to watch. And Fitzy got his best bet home last weekend, which is also his horse, so that's a hell of a feat. Well done, mate.
Does he own that one too?
Well, I believe so.
Oh, the week before, I think he
was
did.
it the week before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, probably does. He owns half the bloody harness fields, isn't he?
He's got a few syndicates.
Yeah, if you want to get involved, often racing, Google it. You'll be into a share before you know it. I think he's taking a couple of shares in Gallopers this year as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's good progress.
Diversifying, 2024.
Absolutely. Right, yeah, like you say, on to the Karaka Millions this week. We don't have a blessed bet yet. This is normally where we'd go for that. We're just going to hold that.
Yeah, we might announce the blessed bet on Saturday just so we can hold it, so we don't send 15,000 people to have a bet on it before we obviously plonk a decent amount of cash on it and we completely lose the price. So you have to stay tuned to the socials on Saturday for what that is, and you could copy our bet once we get it on as well. So again, we did try to bless Cricketti into Legato to get $3, and they said again, yeah, nice try.
You've gone at every single angle possible, eh?
Yeah. They said they can price it up. It might just not be threes. I'm like, okay, well, that's fair, $3.20.
Oh, geez. Hopefully they both get the job done. I'm sure they'll be running through a lot of multis this Saturday. We'll go through the Aotearoa Classic, the Karaka Millions 2-year-old and the Karaka Millions 3-year-old. Make sure you keep your comments coming in, because after those we'll get some of your best bets and who you think are going to win those. So the Aotearoa Classic, Elston Park Aotearoa Classic, 4-year-old, 1,600 metres, race 5. Hopefully the Punters Club's up at about 3 million by then. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Don't tell us who you're betting on, Luke, but just give us some thoughts, mate.
I really like one of this. There's a horse called Legato. I don't know if anyone's spotted it, but goes pretty good, especially if it can get out and get rolling. So hopefully, punters can get... Oh, it's only $1.55. Oh, shit. Okay, I see you can get $1.75 around Legato. That's not bad. But, yeah, it's a very deep race this year, I think. And I'll probably be 50,000 each way on Rudyard, I reckon, is probably where I'll land. And I'll leave it there. Got the snazzy tabby form. That's all you need. That's all you need.
It was a great win at Ellerslie last start.
It was a great win, yeah. I mean, Legato's obviously easy, but Legato has been known to run into a little bit of trouble around Ellerslie and not quite get home in the Karaka Millions, so you never know. I don't mind. It's a bad draw, but I don't mind Desert Lightning. Like, I know it's fucking Trentham again, but the reruns with the with the barrier draws, but it did run really well, and it was quite impressive. Its first up run as well, I think, was at Pukekohe. And $12 and $3.20. I think I'd be willing to maybe have a little each way go on that.
Yeah, it's good money, eh? Even top 4. What are you getting top 4? $2.10. You would, What about like a horse like Sacred Satono? Why is that paying 14s?
Yeah, it's a course that I was going to ask about, actually. This is a really top horse, up to 1,600 metres only for the second time, but last time was in the Karaka Millions last year, I think, eh?
It's even a horse like Wild Knight was $1.60, I think, last. It was favourite, one of the favourites last year for the 3-year-old race, and it's gone a bit poor. They were calling it Wild Kite because it was drifting out the back there at Ellerslie, but it could have just been one of those runs, but it could pop up. 12. What's that?
Who was?
Yeah, $12 and $3 for a place is. I'm sure this is going to be a very good betting race for people that are trying to. What would be good, I think, is if they open a market without Legato in it. That would probably increase turnover. So look, I don't need to do the job for the TAB, but maybe they could offer that.
That could be a bloody good option, actually, mate.
Who would you put on top then? Let's go.
Desert Lightning. I think I was with Dan on that, to be honest. There's a nice little power play there. Legato to win Desert Lightning top 4 for $3.80, which I thought was quite appealing. Old Hazy last night at the barrier draws was on absolute fire, saying that Maven Bell's flying. Bloody Tokyo Tycoon's going to win everything in its next 6 weeks, and he said Wild Knight got stood on. So you said you're going to take the GST off some things that he says, but Wild Knight apparently got stood on that last race. If that's the case, is it in the race?
Had he had a few hazies?
I think he had.
Okay. If you go back and watch the replay of Wild Knight, it did clip heels and it lost like 2 lengths, and then but it was also 3 wide. I don't know. Probably been 3 wide the trip on a couple of weeks before $1 million race is probably not conducive with going on and winning $1 million race.
Nah, it didn't exactly finish it off that well, did it? But Sharp and Smart also raced at Ellerslie a few weeks ago. You guys, any hope for Sharp and Smart, or are we just waiting to see how it keeps on going from there?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be surprised if half of these run really well and fill up those 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Even a horse like Channel Surfer, for instance, but drawn barrier 13. But yeah, if you've liked Sharp and Smart, you couldn't be getting off, could you? Because you just got to stay faithful. But yeah, not for me.
J-Mac, Cognito.
Love a bit of J-Mac.
Love a bit of J-Mac.
How many times do you get $21 on a J-Mac horse?
Yeah, it's a very good point. Is it up to these ones? Don't know. But it's a pretty consistent animal, right? It's placed, 9 from 14 starts.
Yeah, it's got the Taako, James McDonald combination. On a night like this, that could just be some value. So, Dan, what's your bet, mate?
Unless I'll just go each way on Desert Lightning. Or actually, I'll go the $12 and the $2.10 for top 4, because I think top 4 is pretty good money. I think it'll be on the speed, and we'll see how the track's playing on the day. But yeah, $12 and $2.10 is good enough for me.
Nice. Do you want to throw the bookies off, Luke?
Yeah, mate, 50,000 each way on Rudyard, easily. Yeah, it's a great bet.
Love that. Nice. Rudyard is on top form. I'd go Legato to win Desert Lightning top 4, $3.80. I thought that was quite a nice power play. I think I'll be having a little crack at that. Righto, into the big ones. The Karaka Millions 2-year-old. This is the race that everybody has been contemplating and talking about for a very long time. This is the race that boys get paid. Have got $50,000 at 21s on Cool and Fast before it had even stepped foot in a race meeting. It's gone out and won on Boxing Day. It is now paying $6, and you guys have still said that you're very comfortable with the bet, given the odds that we got it at.
Yeah, the goat rang me a week ago and said, "Can we have another go?" I'm like, Jesus, mate, just give me a chance to build the pot. Bloody hell, you think I live down at the Mad Butcher? Mate, there's not enough. We've got enough sizzle already, mate. We've got to make the sausage. So, look, we didn't go again, but I did notice today that there's a Did You Know, the TAB Karaka Millions 2-year-old edition, and it goes through basically the different stats from over the years of the different runners and whatnot, and then it gives you a verdict. It says, based on the above race profile, Number Hawk Cool and Fast ticks the most boxes, closely followed by Maricato and Damask Rose. So all three Tiakau runners. But they probably set the standard of how to get into those races and how to win them and whatnot, right? But it goes through barrier draws and all sorts if you want to geek out and get into some of your data there. But yet we got the 50,000 on Cool and Fast, $7 into $6.50. I asked Thad last night, could we get $4 top 4? And he laughed at me and he said, "What, aren't you confident?" I just said, "No, we want to get plenty on." But that was a no as well. So look, I've been rejected a lot of times in my life.
It's because you've taken too much money off them. That's the issue.
Yeah, but this is shaping up to be a very, very good race. What's always tricky about this race is that you can kind of go through it and make a case for a number of them, but in a year's time you can come back and go, "Oh shit, that's weird. There's only 3 or 4 good horses in there." Apologies, that sounds kind of rude, but it's always easy in hindsight with some of these. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see what So Naive is paying after what it did at Ellerslie there the other day. And didn't mind a horse like Full Force as well if it drew well, but barrier 12, I'd say they won't be stoked about that, but it'll probably still go forward. And I see the money looks like it's gone straight on the Velocious run. I was reading today that it was a little bit underdone last start, so maybe forgive that. J-Mac, Stephen Marsh Racing, they'll be shouting a 5th beer for the room should Velocious win.
That'd be cool. Either way, that's a win, isn't it?
Yeah. I looked at it. I like. I just seen. I think I mentioned this last time as well. Cool and Fast to win and Bellatrix Star top 4, $12.
Shit.
If Cool and Fast is going to win the way that Bellatrix Star went last start, surely it's got to be there or thereabouts. So I think $12 seems like a fair price. I don't know if this horse is probable, but the call is wide draw did not matter. Bo Dazzler coming over from Australia, 21's $6.50, but you can get $3.50 top 4. It's drawn 14. Aussie 2-year-olds are good. I know it's a Kiwi, but you know, like I don't know what it is, but yeah, the 21s and $3.50 for me seems like it might be worth a little bit each way, or maybe 21s and $3.50 top 4. Yeah.
Definitely throws a bit of a spanner in, eh? When we were at the barrier draw last night when it got drawn 14, I don't know whether there was a few claps or whether there was a bit of few oohs, but you know, like we said, the Aussie draw came back, and it's been racing up in Gold Coast, so it definitely throws a pretty cool dynamic into the race, along with all these Australian jockeys as well. I mean, it's outstanding. Yeah,
Fitzy's actually said he's going to try and get the trainers into the room from the Australian horse. Maddie Sears, I think it is. He was messaging me today, so don't know how he's going with that, but maybe have a Google and, yeah, just get familiar with those trainers, and then you'll recognise them on the night if they end up in there.
That's great. More special guests.
Yeah,
bring them out.
Bring them out. Yeah. The room's at maximum capacity. Yeah, be right. Come in.
Tony Lee's missing out. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The simple facts about this race are that Tiakau have won it 7 years in a row. Even in some times that they shouldn't have won it, they still win it. You know, and they've got 4 horses in it. Surely, one of them's going to win it, eh?
Yeah, box them all up. Maybe. Do they have an option, Tiakau, to win?
7 years in a row is just absolutely crazy. However, I think I'm going to bet on James McDonald and everything that he races in, because he doesn't come here for a picnic.
No, and he's got that will to win, and he's a very good jockey, right? I think sometimes with this race too, you can overthink it, and then you can end up going back. So what I just thought is, as an example, you know, you could very easily this time next Thursday be like, okay, Velocious and Electric Star, you know, for instance, Quinella did it, and they were the 2 favourites. Well, the Quinella's $6.70. if you then pick an exacta, because you're picking them in the exact order, for instance, you're probably getting $9 or something. So sometimes as well, if you like something in these, just don't overthink it and stick with it and have a crack.
Absolutely. There's plenty of money out there. There will likely be something that runs on at least the top 4 paying good money.
Cool and Fast to win, Velocious to run second, $22.
Oh,
Nice, price them up.
that's good money. There are really good power plays through all of these races, eh? So if you're not sure who's going to win, make sure you look down the bottom of the book on all of those, because there is some good money and you can definitely find some. The power plays are going well at the moment. Righto. Good luck to Cool and Fast. Good luck to everybody in the BGP community. Good luck to these two fellas plus Ted who have put the faith in it. Either way, 50 grand at $21 is a hell of a spectacle to be watching. No doubt everybody's going to be absolutely going nuts, regardless of what happens in that race. And if you're having a punt into it, good luck, and good luck to all of the connections of the horses as well. The Karaka Millions 3-year-old wraps up the night. By this time, based on the calculations that the GOAT was doing before, I think we might have 5 million in the pool by then. Yep, he's nodding his head.
About that. It's a lot of sausages.
Okay. It's a hell of a lot of sausages.
Fucking hell, a bit of chorizo and all sorts.
Do we just load up onto Catch a Thief to run a place?
You caught my breath.
I'm absolutely joking, but I didn't want to ask a question that...
Wow. Hey, look, it's a possibility, I guess. Anything's a possibility.
What are your thoughts on the race, Luke?
Really, really good race. The money for Orchestral has been unreal, and I think it will continue to come. The JMac factor, probably well recognisable colours for some of those Aussie punters tuning in as well. So wouldn't be surprised if that keeps getting smacked up, which might give you a better price on Molly Bloom. Number 10, drawn barrier 10. 10,000 each way, please. Probably need a bit more than that, to be fair, at $3.80 and $1.65. But there's no reason to get off Molly Bloom. But again, like the more you dig into a field like this, the harder it becomes, because Impendabel's going so well. Grand Gallo was pretty awesome the other day. Then you start looking at Pendragon and the way that's been winning. Again, we've had conversations about that on the pod about like why are we getting $20? Why are you not backing it? So I'd say that those owners will be hoping for a bit of a drift again, and they'll get stuck back in. Tokyo Tycoon might be the forgotten horse. Taliska was maybe a run short last start and could go a good race. And you've got a horse like Lupo Solitario as well. So I don't know. And Geriatrics, they're very complimentary of that at its work at the track the other day. So, you tell me, how do you play it? I don't know. Then let us know and we'll put 500k on that.
Well, let me start this by saying don't listen to me. But I like Pendragon, but I don't like Pendragon at $7 at the moment. So I went and just had a little look down the bottom, and Pendragon to win an orchestral to run top 4's $12. So if I think that Pendragon is gonna win and I want to back it, I'll back it at that $12 because I can't see orchestral maybe finishing out of the top 4. So I think the $12 is good value if you want to back Pendragon. I'll probably have a few bets. So I'll probably have a bet like that, and then my other bet would just be on Grand Gallo top 4 at $3.60.
Nice.
Okay.
What about if you go, can you get Grand Gallo and Pendragon both top 4?
It's not there yet, but maybe the TAB if you're watching, Thad.
You were talking about Tokyo Tycoon last night after Hazy had said that it's absolutely flying, but what you were thinking about it?
He filled me up. I've lost so much money on it that I was thinking, fucking, that might be a way to get some of that cash back. But I think I was I had a few too many sodas last night. I was full of sugar and energy.
Can you have it after the performances? I mean, this horse is so great. I know that a month ago you were really keen on it, understandably, but the couple of performances have just sort of been a little bit hard to bet on. It makes it hard to bet on, doesn't it? Like you're prepared to risk it almost.
I feel like I want to forgive it because it was New Year's Day, wasn't it? Or was it Boxing Day? I
think it was even before that.
Oh, yeah, no, but the one at Pukekohe, it was Boxing Day.
Day.
Yeah, that was pretty tough to watch.
It run last.
Yeah, I had a bit on as well. So it probably can win, and it might win, but I can't.
Yeah, fair enough. The goat can't either. He's really, really not keen.
What about a horse like the Weapon, Goat? No, can't have it. It's back to the Army Weapon. You're done.
There's one at the bottom here, Grand Gallo, that Warren Kennedy won on New Year's Day in race 1. When we were at the track gallops the other morning and you were busy getting interviewed, the the track rider was sort of circling it around the birdcage, and he said to Lance, shit, this thing's going bloody well. And it had trotted up with Molly Bloom. They didn't exactly work real hard, but I thought that was a good sign. And I thought Lance last night during the interview that he did said it's going bloody well as well. He said on track work it's going better than Molly Bloom. So
I'm pretty sure the same track rider walked in front of me on geriatrics and said, yep, we'll go very close. Be running for second though, because Molly Bloom's going to win. So sometimes I just feel like those stables might have a little bit of bias towards their own horses, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, fair enough.
So maybe box them up, 1, 2, 3. They might the Wexford trifecta, even the first 4 in there as well with the weapon.
There is definitely a bit of value to be found there. I'm going to go with Orchestral. I already put some on at $5. I just thought with James McDonald riding, it's not going to pay $5 on the day.
Oh, sharp punter, you get the text.
No, I missed that.
Okay, no. Good man, good punting, good shopping.
Well, yeah, and again, James McDonald, I just think this horse is pretty good. So yeah, happy to get on at $5. My question to you guys is, who do you think is going to start favourite?
Well, my question to you is, why have you got an off Ethereal Star?
Didn't show enough, did it?
Okay.
Barrier 15, it'll want to go forward. It's too hard to work.
You're off it, but you want the Punters Club on for $500,000.
No, not to catch a thief for a place, mate. That thing loves running third.
Shout out to Edgar if he's watching too. He'll have a future bet on Ethereal Start, no doubt.
He probably will,
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
Who's going to start the favourite?
I reckon Orchestral. Yeah. J-Mac Factor.
Dan, do you agree?
Blake Shin's on Molly Bloom. Could go either way. Molly Bloom's been so good.
So good.
Yeah, but the early money for Orchestral has moved it in a bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'll go with Molly Bloom.
I think even J-Mac was doing interviews before the barrier draw, being like, my filly will start favourite. Okie dokie.
He probably knows because he's riding it, eh?
Yeah.
I thought last night after it drew barrier 1 that is less than ideal and that it wouldn't be favourite, at least until this point, but it seemed to have come into equal favouritism because it's going to go back. It's just not, it doesn't jump well enough.
Yeah, I think these races, you just trust that a jockey like J-Mac will sort that out and go back and watch Probabile versus the Conqueror, or Conqueror, I think it is, maybe 2019 or 2020. J-Mac versus Opie. It's one of my favourite things to watch way too many times.
I think we've shown that in one of these podcasts one night, and you talked everybody through it. It was a great segment.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be watching again on Saturday, a little bit of that, Blake Shin versus J-Mac and what's going on. So bring it on.
It's going to be some great contests, eh? All of these jockeys will be really, really wanting to win, and Opie will be wanting to show them who's boss on New Zealand soil, that's for sure. Eh?
Who's boss on New Zealand soil? Damn, you're good.
I didn't even purposely do that.
Oh, okay. Should have owned that.
Oh, whoops.
I got to use that tomorrow.
Yeah, do. Good work. Yeah.
Stolen.
Oh, shit, it's all good. Have you fellas? Well, Luke, probably not. But Dan, I'm sure you've got some other bets on the program as well, mate. Have you got anything at Trentham, by the way?
No, I haven't even looked at it and not going to look at it.
Yeah.
I'll probably just be a bit of a sicko on Saturday and just throw some darts at Trentham and just look for a few $15 shots or something. And
It's a punting day, isn't it? You might as well.
yeah.
You'll have something at Trentham, Luke.
Yeah, race number 6. I was going to ask the GOAT about one called, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but Kosciuszano's on for Richie Murray. Nefertiti, is it? It's in race number 6. It's $4.50 into what's that? Yeah, seems to go all right. I thought that was pretty good at $4.50, just getting us into the room around 4 o'clock. I was also having a look at what was in there. He's a doozy's $11 into $8.50. But one at the bottom of that page, the GOAT is telling us. He says, the Flower of Wanaka, how could I miss? It's worth $3.50. Yeah, race a horse with Chrissy Bambury in 2024.
Give us a thumbs up if it's a bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
a bet.
2 thumbs up.
Dan, you're going to have a bet at Trentham, mate.
Shit. All right. Hang on. Let me have. What race was that?
Race number 5, mate.
Okay, I'll get on now.
We'll multi it in. So in race 5, we're going Flower of Wanaka, multied into Nefertiti, which is in race number 6, $50 multi, return $735. And then that'll pay out just in time to plonk all of that straight into the Punters Club. How good?
Absolutely. Right, Dan, before we get to the comments, what else do you like on the day, mate?
Oh, well, I was just thinking, and I was thinking about signs and all the different things that were happening. We were at the event last night, and they were having it up on the Sky Tower. Luke happened to walk out and see a shooting star, and that just made me instantly think Star of Justice. Like, is that what the sign is? Is that what's happening? Is that what it's meant to be? Maybe.
Decent horse.
Yeah.
That's where I got to. No,
Nice,
no
yeah.
other.
Is that all?
Yeah, no other bets.
I thought you liked Luberon at the value.
I do like the place value.
Yeah.
But it's another horse that's sort of hurt me a little bit in that race. And there is actually that's another one that has a power play, I think, with Farrellione and Luberon top 4. Farrellione to win and Luberon top 4.
$15 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even both of those top 4 is paying $5.
Yeah, but you could also get either Farrellione or Luberon to win at $3.30, which I thought was pretty good as well. So either of those two to win. But that was the first one I looked at. It was just Farrellione and then Luberon to run top 4.
Luberon, I like Luberon value as well. It's actually been going really well. If you look at that 1,600, the 1,000 guineas, it was pretty wide the whole trip, and it kept on fighting hard. And then it's run, was it in behind Quintessa on Boxing Day or New Year's Day, one of the two. It was a pretty good run as well. So it's up, and it's only carrying 53 kgs. So, yeah, the value, I wondered whether with Warren Kennedy on board, it might do pretty well in that race as well. But, of course, we've got Farrellione, 100 grand to win 1.4 million. So why would you bother having a bet? Just put it on the Punters Club.
Smart.
You've also got a bit of form in that race as well, and it looks like it's taken a bit of money, but Express Yourself is obviously coming back from the Telegraph.
Yeah.
Stepping up to 1,400 for the first time, so I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. But $12 into $8.50, Goat saying no, so...
All right, mate, you just stick to Trentham.
Yeah.
Righto, Adam, what do we got, mate?
So you're asking earlier what kind of figure we're going to get to. Everyone's kind of on the consensus of around $1 million, $1 million to 1.3. So they're kind of backing Ted. Not as optimistic as you set off there, Luke. There is a couple of sickos in here though that are trying to say that you should get on the winners for all 6 races, which seems a little bit ridiculous, a little bit loose.
Yeah,
I think they were saying doing a 6-horse multi, put 50k on it.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, we can do a multi like that, and we'll definitely take a look at it. But yeah, there are sort of limits to what we can win to. What's that? But then you sort of reveal what you like in every single race. So switch on, punters, switch on. And then clearly they like that.
You guys you think about every single angle, eh? You guys are genius.
Not our first barbecue, Matt.
No. Yeah, that's right. You bought the olive oil. You're good to go.
And then we got in here as well. There's case on Merchant Queen and Croquetti, the Quinella of the day, he reckons. Might upset it there. What else have we got here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Goat's telling me he's a good man in here. We've got David Tanner, who's all over Bellatrix Star. So, so he's got a share in it, so it makes sense. I actually was doing a Dulux Tradies cricket thing this afternoon and met a gentleman who was telling me, hey mate, I've got a friend. He's telling me he's got a horse in a race this weekend. I'll just have a look on my phone. He's the kind of guy that wears the badge to say that he's an owner each weekend, and he sends the boys photos. And it actually turned out to be Bellatrix Star as well. That's his mate's in on it as well. And he's saying, mate, get in there and have fun. But, yeah.
I think there's quite a lot of owners in Bellatrix Star, isn't there? Is that right?
I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't have a share in the horse. That'd be right.
Get him, Matty.
No, we've done with that. Bellatrix Star won on New Year's Day when I was there, and yeah, literally the birdcage was filled with thousands of owners, so there's plenty of them. I'm sure they'll be there on Saturday. It's bloody good to see. Anything else, Adam? We'll hold it there.
No, there's just it's pretty spread, to be honest. There's heaps of people that are huge fans of Legato, just like the rest as well. But I think there's just a bit of excitement. A lot of people keen on Orchestral as well. So it's kind of following what you guys are saying in there as well. So no, that's kind of it. And I guess everyone's just hanging out for the weekend. And let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah, that Crocetti to win Merchant Queen top 3 is 210 at the moment on the TAB. Yeah, so that might not be bad if you're not quite sure about that. But
exact is $3.60. Crocetti win, Merchant Queen $3.60. Exacta. Have to finish in that exact order, hence the name Exacta.
It's good knowledge. A lot of people are going to be running Crocetti and Legato through their multis. If you like something else, give it a crack. Hopefully you can find something with some of these best bets we've got. We actually haven't been given Goat, so he's going to have to do this live on air as well. But before we get to the best bets, I know Ted's first up in the best bets, and I'm sure he's not in the comments because he's been working this afternoon. Unfortunately, Alan Nicholas fell off at Hastings this afternoon. The race meeting was abandoned. He's text saying she has hurt her leg very badly, fractured very badly. So, yeah, thinking of you, Ellen. Hopefully everything's going all right. And, yeah, I'm sure Ted's looking after you if he's around. But, yeah, condolences to you guys. Hopefully you've got a quick recovery. I heard there was an injury recently as well. So, Ted has found time to get his best bet in for the weekend too, though. So let's get started with him. Ted, obviously not giving us a best bet for Ellerslie, but for Trentham race.
Come on, Ted.
Trentham race 4, Black Betty at $4.50. Unlucky fifth on debut at New Plymouth over 1,400 metres, and then finished a good fourth at Wanganui over 1,340. Step to 1,600 should suit, and the blinkers are going on. So those that are watching Trentham before the Karaka Millions, there's a best bet for you, race 4. Have you got the goats there, mate?
I sure do. He's going to Trentham as well in the last of the day. So that'll be meeting 4, race number 8, a horse called Boomtown Boy. Is that right? In the last of the day? Yeah. What's that paying? I can't even see it. You sure it's in the last?
You're
paying $5.50, boys.
Oh, race 7, sorry, not the last. Yeah, that's right. Goat's been focusing on Ellerslie too much. That's good. That's what we want him to be doing. $5.50 and $2.10. Jonathan Riddell on, a past winner of the Karaka Millions on a horse called Fort Lincoln, when he scooted up the rail and said, thanks for coming, I'll have the millions. Fuck all of you, I'm going back to the Pony. That's a pub in the Manawatu. I don't know if he actually said that, but anyway, it was a good win.
Righto, Boomtown Boy, that is from the GOAT. Maddie, Punt IQ's going to Moonee Valley Race 2, CR7. Pronounced CR7. CR7. Okay, CR7. There you go. Probably gets back from the wide gate, but as a sharp turn of foot, stepping up to the mile second up, can likely finish over the top of these late. Thanks very much, Maddie. I did ask him for a KM bet, but he didn't want to give us one.
CR7, is that like Cristiano Ronaldo 7? Is that what that's all about?
That's exactly it, yeah.
Oh, I might have to wear my bloody football boots to the bloody track on Saturday after hearing that.
Yeah, wear them on the after party when it spills out onto the lawn there, eh?
Yeah, good.
Good work. Dan, where are you going, mate?
Me, I'm going to go to Ellerslie on Saturday. I'm going to go meeting to, Multi. I'm going to go race 1 into race 6. So I'm going to bookend the program. Race 1, number 5, Merchant Queen to run top 3. And then race 6, Pendragon, top 4. It was paying $3.50. It's now into about $3, $3.04 actually. So, I think both of those are good chances to run top 3, top 4.
Nice, mate. That's a nice price for those. The Harness lads are both going to Addington on Friday night. Scamman's best is race 8, Elder Baron Floss, $4.50. That's some nice odds. Fitzy's Addington race 6, Courtney Rose.
Courtney Rose. Sounds like a woman. Is it the horse?
It's a horse on Friday night, yeah.
Gotcha.
Good on you, Fitzy. Good luck with that. Thanks, Scan Man. Luke, mate, where are you going at Trentham?
Trentham? No way, mate. I got to go south. I got to go down Riccarton.
You're throwing us off.
Yeah, don't we? We got to go to the ODT Southern Mile Qualifier. A horse called If I Did It. $6.50 and $2.40. You can get $2 top 4. So back it to win, back at top 4. Surely, just surely, on this big, roomy track, there are no excuses, and we see If I Did It booming home at about 3:35. We get paid, and then we keep an eye out for Ben's best bet, which is in the race after that, which is in race number 8 at 4:10 p.m. Again, still before the Punters Club kicks off. Millie Fiore. $5 if we get a good track. He says you can just have as much as you like each way. But he can get carried away with his own horses, so just be mindful of that.
Get on. Why not? You need to get some money to get into the Punters Club. There's plenty in here from Trentham and Riccarton leading into the big afternoon at Ellerslie, which is just outstanding. People will have something to follow all day. I'm going to go to the last of the day, and it might be a really obvious one, but I thought it was just such a good bet, or good price at $2.30, both to run top 4 in the Karaka Millions 3-year-old, Molly Bloom and Orchestral, top 4, $2.30. Surely those two horses are going to be fighting it out at the finish. J-Mac, Molly Bloom, booming down the outside. So I thought $2.30 was just pretty good money for that bet. So, if you're having a play at those, good luck. Hopefully the Punters Club is absolutely flying by then, and there is a massive bet on that race.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so.
Absolutely. All right, we've taken up a lot of time tonight. It's been bloody good fun. Thank you very much, everybody, as always, for joining us on Saturday. If you can't make it on Saturday afternoon, still we'll be streaming live from the Alternative Commentary Collective. I understand 14 of the ACC are going to be along, mate. They'll be...
Yeah, which is quite confusing because in the team there's only about 5 of us.
All right.
So,
A few add-ons, eh?
yeah, but I guess
Beautiful.
at the same time, good that people are into it, good that people are coming to get down. I guess I have a question that you guys can answer as well because there could be a few questions for it. When does the ability to enter the Punters Club close for everyone? Is there a set time? Is it by the first race? What are we looking at here, guys? Just in case some people don't know.
Yeah, great question. Just in case you need to go knock on your bloody neighbour's door and ask for an extra $100 or mow their lawns first, that's a better way to do it. And you've got till 4:18 p.m. on the Saturday, but don't leave it till 4:17 because you never know, your internet might go down or your modem might break. And you'll be ringing up Jason Paris. Oh, fucking mate, I couldn't get into the Punters Club. And he'll say, mate, you dickie, get out of here. I'm trying to watch the races himself.
The other benefit of getting it on early is it gives you guys an opportunity to get an understanding of how much there is to play with, so you guys can just fucking launch into something early.
It's so true. I don't know about you, Dan, but I put all my money in before Christmas. I'll put in some more before Saturday, but I've almost forgotten about that money that I put in before Christmas, so it's just kind of a bonus. It's gone. I didn't forgotten, you know.
So you're going to put more in?
Yeah, definitely. But that other amount that I put in is just, it's all good, you know.
Nice.
It'll come back to me and some.
Actually, as well, if you want to win $500 in the Punters Club, put something on your socials, tag BGP so that we can see it. There's over about 286 entries, I think, at the moment. So you're a 1 in 286-ish chance, and you'll go in the draw to win 500 in your socials. I'll pick someone out tomorrow. I'll message them and say, hello, here's your voucher. Thanks for coming. And then I won't have much on. So what I'll do is I'll pay it to you post the race day on the Saturday, maybe when I come up for on the Tuesday. But someone's going to win that. So all you have to do is basically share something from BGP about the Punters Club or just BGP in general, tag us so that we can see that you've done it. Then we've got a record of it, and we'll pick someone, and they're going to get $500 into the Punters Club. And it's been so cool. I've been going on my personal Facebook, and the stories in my feed is just stacked full of people talking about BGP. It's been outstanding. And a couple of messages have come through where people are like, my auntie's posting about your bloody Punters Club, mate. What's going on here? That's the way I'm like, what are you doing, Dickie? Why aren't you in yet? Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, we'll do that soon.
I feel like everybody knows about it, and this one is going to be massive. There's so much positivity building up towards Saturday. It's been coming for a long, long time, and we're finally here. I am going to leave the final word with Luke, but before that, Dan, have you got any thoughts for Saturday, mate? You're going to be live streaming all day, and you've got your content all sorted. You're going to be pretty excited, I would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just a couple of things, like bring the energy. I cannot wait for us to be screaming home a few horses. Really keen to start getting some sing-alongs to a couple of songs maybe we have throughout the day, so that'll be good. I guess the other thing as well is being on the live stream, it'd be cool if you want to come over and say hello and jump on and have a bit of banter and have a bit of chat and maybe give us something to fucking back at Rickerton or... Oh, no, that'll probably be all done by then, wouldn't it? But whatever. Maybe you got something in Australia, yeah.
Absolutely.
Come have a chat.
Absolutely. Feel free. Get involved if you're in the room. Everybody get to know each other and have a bloody good time. Goat, thanks so much for joining. Chrissy, great to see you, as always. And
Can we get some cough lozenges for Chrissy?
I'm not sure. She's all right. She's giving us a thumbs up on Flower
Okay,
Vonica,
she's
mate.
good.
That's what we needed. Good on you, Adam. Luke, mate, good luck
Yeah,
for
thank
Saturday. You keep everything under control, and you make sure you enjoy yourself while you're at it, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll try and remember it all. It does go very quick for us, but it's very exciting. It's so cool to see so many people involved and excited for racing, and to where we've got to with BGP as well, to be invited to these different things and play such a key role into the build-up of it too. So hopefully we can do the job for the punters. If you can't make it to the race day, we would love to see where you're watching it from. That's one thing that I really enjoy personally, is if people send in photos of just them watching with their mates, and I can see a few of those in my head where people are having barbecues and stuff and smacking a few green scutter bombs, the old green cruisers, and just banging those. So it's always good to see. So please, I always enjoy a little bit of inspiration of that, of actually just seeing people who can't be there but they're following the Punters Club along by getting together with their mates and enjoying the races, and that's what it's all about. So good luck to everybody involved on Saturday. Good luck to all the jockeys, the trainers, the strappers, NZB, NZTR, etc. The list goes on. Chrissy Banbury with Flower of Wanaka. It doesn't stop. We'll be finding those winners. We'll see you back here next Thursday to dissect it all.
Game, set, and match. Shut the gate. They're going to do it again. The Karaka Millions goes with and stays with.
Rock them
Elzeo, long run, but here's the calls now. He's coming, he's going to get there.